Hello, I am Representative Marc Anderson. I represent the 92nd District in Northern York County. I've been a teacher for 27 years. I've taken a lot of kids on a lot of field trips. Now I am going to go on my own across the state, visiting all different kinds of schools to allow everybody to know just what great things we are doing in Pennsylvania when it comes to education and all of the choices that our kids have in the state of Pennsylvania. So come along with me on our field trips across the state to see all of the great choices we have for education in the Commonwealth. Hey guys, we are here with some students from Upper St. Clair High School. Any middle school? Just high school, right?
Just high school.
High school, okay. We want to show you some really cool things that they are doing with robotics and introduce those things to you. So this is stop number 5 on Mr. A's school tour across the Commonwealth. We are here with Representative Mihalek, who has already gone through all of this and seen it being interactive with your constituency. So if you just give us a little bit of what you saw the last time, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so we're super excited to have Representative Anderson, aka Mr. A, in Upper St. Clair today. So we're with the robotics team. I was here a few months ago and I was so impressed with what the students were doing with the robotics team. Not only the science that goes into it, but all these other aspects, the marketing, the design, the communication with local businesses. It's like a one-stop shop if you're looking for skills for post-graduation. So it's a really amazing group of people and we're super excited and we're so glad you're here all the way from York County, Pennsylvania.
Yes. So we are ready to go. There's going to be a lot of action in this one, okay? Getting to see what everybody's doing and just seeing education the way that it really should be. We have dedicated adults here, teachers, community people that are investing in our kids and creating so many opportunities for them. So with that, let's get going.
So I'm Namisha. I joined very recently. I'm a freshman in this team and I work on outreach and assistive technology.
Yeah, my name is Ava. Oh, forgot that Thursday. My name is Ava. I'm the marketing lead. And I primarily focus on stuff like the engineering portfolio or any of the marketing stuff. Like, for example, turn around, Namisha. These merch for our team, that was designed by me last year. And then, of course, like this shirt was designed for this year there because of a new season. So, yeah.
You guys are very talented. I mean, you design, you model, right? It's all okay. Yeah. And can you guys explain to us what you mean by marketing and assistive technology? What does that mean? What's your role that people could understand what it is that you do?
The engineering portfolio is that like later you'll get to hear about like the actual robot and stuff, right? But we're gonna hold you up for a little bit. But basically you do all that stuff, but like how do you present it to the judges? That's like what the engineering portfolio does. So in this document pretty much it goes over everything like that we've done so far in this season. So we have like a 5-minute presentation that we give to the judges.
Okay.
But of course that's just 5 minutes. It can't summarize everything we've done. So we have like a written out format that they get to keep and score off of it. So
so do you just add to it then as you go throughout the season?
Yeah, so I also have, it's not printed yet, but the second variation right this is kind of like, we do this all on Canva. And currently I'm working on the assistive technology pages and industry visits. So anything in red is like, we need to work on that still. But like, this is kind of like, I'm organizing this version so that we have like where we began last year with assistive technology and then what we've done this season pretty much.
And also we have a lot of outreach, different outreach programs that we did for elementary schoolers and middle schoolers so that they get more knowledge about first before they go into high school.
Okay, right.
Before they step into it. Yeah, it looks like they had a lot of
I think you guys are really, without you guys, you're kind of selling this to all different, selling to customers, selling to the public, selling to other businesses, right? When you said people come in and help, I'm assuming that the coaches get people who kind of have background in the things you're trying to do. So you're learning from them as well.
Yeah, this one's 25
heavy
pounds,
duty stuff.
and this one is 29
So you make them so you can knock into people, right? Because I saw
indirectly.
Okay, all right.
Because there are 4 robots running on the field at the same exact time. So that is part of how we have to kind of plan out how we design our robots. But it's more so indirect weight because the main objective is still to score, not really to stop your opponents.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this year it's pretty contact heavy because the field is so incredibly open. Everyone can go anywhere that they'd like, and everybody's just trying to scramble to score balls faster than
And
their
there's
opponents.
4 on there once, you said,
Yeah,
right?
there are alliances of 2 though, so you get for most of the competitions, you get randomly paired with other robots. So that's also part of how you have to try to be compatible with other robots.
So I want to know a little bit more about the competition. When you say worlds, are you talking about then kids from all over different countries, all over the place?
So, I mean, I think it's maybe 40 countries. I don't know.
40 countries? And where did you go to for Worlds?
Oh, that was in Texas.
In Texas. All right. Is there ever a chance for you to go somewhere out? Like,
Yeah, there's these things called premier events where you don't quite make it to Worlds, but you're pretty close. You can go to premier events in all over Europe. You can go to Mexico. There's all places. And it's really fun. We've never been to a premier event ourselves, but maybe this year if we don't make it to Worlds. Yeah, we went straight to Worlds last year.
Let's do a quick demo on the table first.
So it goes in.
Yep.
These fly it out.
PC guys.
Yep, so these rotate it into what we call is our spindexer because part of the season was basically not only shooting the balls into the goals, but also shooting them in a correct pattern of say like green, purple, purple, or like purple, green, purple.
It's determined.
So it's not just who gets the most. It has to be the most and in the right pattern.
Yep, that's part of the game as well.
Okay.
So some robots choose to be able to sort these robots. So for example, this one does, where we can intake it 3 balls in any order. And I think you can already kind of guess, but this is like a turntable in the center that lets us basically start off with any ball pattern that we'd like before setting them up in a circular motion.
So you're already programming it for that specific game before it ever goes into the court and starts running.
Essentially, yeah. There's like this mechanical aspect. You gotta mechanically be able to sort the balls, and then the coding does all the automations to get them into a classifier in the right order.
How long does it take to get from a blank table to that?
For this one, it probably took like about 2 months or so. You know, it's like a lot of designing and iterating and just doing like small things, like building it up one at a time until we're confident enough to put it all together into one big robot and then start to get it programmed. How we decided to run our wheel, which like essentially rotates at like 5,000 rotations per minute. So spinning really, really fast to get these balls to shoot out far enough to go into the goal. And we used 90-degree gears on these to pair up these 2 motors to run this singular shaft. And that's why using these gears, you know, it's like one little click, but then that's also several clicks, like thousands of times in a minute. So
I love to see the use of projectile motion in action because it's not just doing problems or, you know, doing a lab. This is physics in action.
not all 15 people want to do the same thing, luckily. Otherwise, this team would not work out. But yeah, we've had a pretty nice flow of very diverse people that all want to do different things on this team.
Great. So when you go to an event then, you're spending all your time going place to place, just entering data for what they're doing.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. So during the events, we have like about maybe 2 hours before all the matches starts.
Okay.
Where we like arrive early, so we get some time to talk to all the other teams. Like in these 2 hours, most of the time, like majority of the time, the matches aren't revealed yet. So we just go around and talk to like as many teams as possible, whoever's there. And so we get like a little bit of an idea of how they do and what teams to kind of look out for, especially during the matches we watch.
And so the benefit of us doing like scouting missions, such as like preparing beforehand and then in the real time getting data about how well a team performs, is that if our team goes and qualifies to future rounds, we want to know like who we should ally with, who we should look out for. And with this information, we're able to sort of like find not only like the best performers, but also those who are very compatible with us, because that's kind of one of the key ideas to being successful in a lot of these qualifiers.
So you've really got to be strategic in your role.
During this season, we've created a few toys that these children with disabilities can play with. So we've created this bubble blower that basically it is originally the button to turn on the bubble blower was by the eye, but for children with like disabilities and they're not able to really press the eye as well. So we've created a very simple solution is we've rewired the inside of the bubble blower to now connect to this much bigger button here. And whenever we press it, bubbles are coming out. And so we've donated 2 of these to Child's Way. So we created a bunch of Bluey and Bingo toys. The same thing, we've used the switch, and it has this mono jack cable that we use for the button. And we've also created this elephant toy, which also sings like this Bluey toy would do. And we've donated them to Child's Way.
Just a quick overview. Last year when we learned about Jackson Beck and we moved forward, the first person that we actually contacted was Chatham University. We actually learned about a program that they did called Go Baby Go, which is this program. They take like the ride-on cars. You see lots of kids driving these all the time across the streets. They're menaces. But a lot of children that are paralyzed from the waist below or have a lack of motor control, they don't have mobility in general. These cars are great ways for them to have mobility and have a sense of freedom, like they can go wherever they want.
We make 2 major changes to the cars. The first one is this harness, because sometimes the seatbelt goes across their waist. It's usually like not really enough as a safety precaution, especially if they're paralyzed from the waist down. And so it could end up hurting them more. So we have add this harness. And then we also, since they're paralyzed from their waist down, they can't really use the pedal. So we actually take out the pedal. And what we do is we rewire the accelerator to the button right here on the steering wheel so that they can drive it with their hands and don't have to use their feet. So there's also parent control, so you can use this controller as the parent. You can use it to control the car as well.
For added safety protection.
Yeah.
How did this start? Where was the spark for the assistive technology as a part of the program? Because you don't need to do this part, right?
Yeah.
The part is the competitions.
So art teams that are required to do is the robot, as
Correct.
I said, right? But we wanted to do something a little more for the community, and just at the right time, we actually saw a video of Jackson Beck. Mrs. Beitler showed us. Mrs. Beitler and her family, Matt and Josh, are their neighbors with Jackson.
Okay.
So when we saw a video of Jackson, he was playing video games with an assistive device called the quad stick. So, as you know, he's paralyzed from the neck down, he's quadriplegic. However, he was still able to play video games on his TV using just his mouth and tongue. It was really amazing because a lot of our team members are diverse here. So you were all very happy to see that even though he had a disability, he was able to play video games. And it was very heartwarming for us. So we actually invited Jackson over to this facility, and he played video games with us. He beat us all the time. Beat us, yeah. None of us won.
So Jackson inspired this.
Yes. Jackson was, after playing video games with him, we thought we'd want to help people just like Jackson and make technology like the quad stick. So all of this just sprouted from us going in and learning more about what are the needs of people with disabilities.
Along with adding on to like other teams with booths, we actually went to a conference called as the Included Conference. And basically, we've held a booth and it was all the booths there were related to something about assistive technology and helping children with disabilities. So we took that initiative to learn about other companies and how we can maybe have more families that show up there if they want to have like a Go Baby Go car or some sort of assistive technology toy we're able to donate. Or even just meet up with industry professionals to learn how they use assistive technology as their job and how they're able to help.
The way this robot works is that it sees like the little tiles, the colors, and the color tells it which way to move. So you always have to start on green because, you know, traffic laws, green means go. So green, when you put it on green, it will go forward. And then based on whatever colors it sees, it's gonna do something. So as we see him complete his little race here, the Sphero Indie was something that we started as a part of the club. We used the Sphero Indie as well as another pre-bought robotics kit to teach elementary schoolers.
Okay.
Along with elementary schoolers, we also hosted a 1-week camp on basically teaching these elementary students about how to use the indie robot, for example. So we would teach by day, we would teach the course of, what the robot is and what's the functions of this little robot, and at the very last day is they get to create their own track using these mats, and they're able to create their own little roller coaster with the robot. Yeah, it was a very fun program. The kids really enjoyed it. And
is there any lives that you guys do not invest in?
Of course, this isn't cheap. Like when they're looking for donors to get involved, and this is part of their interest in trying to help fund new teams. You really can't do something like this at the bare bones without having at least like $5,000. And that's not paying any adults or anything, but like registrations and parts. Teams that are more competitive are probably middle of the road teams, probably spending about $10,000. And teams that are trying to really upgrade and go to states or maybe a nationals could be upwards of like $20,000 just for their season to try to make it work. So it's not an easy thing. And it's to have 5 teams here at our high school is really a big deal, because that means we're between the high school support and donors able to make this available to 5 different teams.
And so these kids are motivated that other school districts can also start a program like this. And so they are working on an advocacy effort, working with representatives and, hopefully find some funding from the state.
I'm overwhelmed. I mean, this stuff, I don't even know what I'm looking at, okay? So we could stand here, there'd be a lot of hours explaining this to me, but I do understand the advocating. We're talking about other schools, right? And other teams. Something I've never heard of in any, I'm not just talking about like sports, I'm talking about any competition. I've never heard of students advocating for other schools to have the same opportunities that they have. And I cannot tell you how impressive that is.